have to name it. You have to acknowledge that it's there. So we're going to talk about two types of posters with you tonight. One is a tracking goal poster, and one is a truth poster. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. And my kind of theme tonight is just keeping things simple. Okay, I want you to write simple down or type it out. And I'm going to go through each word in simple in just a second, but each letter in simple. But I want to go on target for my car. And in order to do that, I need 5 team members and 5,000 in production, which means I need to at least be seeing 10, like I need to have 10 bookings up in my books at all times, right? And so if I've got Sally Sue and Susie Q and these people on my team already, then I need to be tracking out who are the 10 bookings I have this week, okay? Each of these bookings, each of these women, their investment, that leads to production. Production will come if you're doing the work, okay? So I want you to go home and at some point make some sort of tracking sheet for what your goal is. And I don't care how big your goal is. Your goal, you could have negative $5 in production right now and you want to be a star by the 15th. That is completely able to happen. Completely, you are 110% capable of making that happen. And so whatever it may be.
That was supposed to be so much more discreet.
So whatever your goal may be, I want you to know that it can be achieved. And you don't have to go home and think of this huge formula and this huge mathematic thing. Because trust me, if this was up to being really great at math, I would not be here. Okay, I can barely add. But I do know that 5 plus 5 equals 10. Okay, that kind of pops out what I can do with math. But here we go. So also, if I've got this going, who are the people I'm interviewing? Because I'm going on target for my car, and I want to step into directorship, I can't stop with just 5. I've got to have people that I'm interviewing. So I want you to list them out. List out their name. List out where you met them. List out why you want them on your team. Even if this is a wish list. Maybe you have 15 people that you know of, and you want to fill in 30 faces or 30 people prospect list. Write down the other 15 qualities that you want on your team, and find women with them. Okay? Play I Spy if you need to with yourself. And also, on your sales, this is such a good point that Jennifer brought up. In your bookings, I mean, you may have your bookings in like a calendar, which is fair. You should. But also, put them up on your poster. Write by each one how much your sales were. By each one, how much your sales were. And that way, when those voices start creeping in, and you're like, oh my God, I haven't done anything this week, done anything this month, there's no way I'm going to meet that goal, there's no way I'm going to beat my red jacket, there's no way I'm going to be on target for my car. Go back to your poster. Look at what you've done. And guess what? If your poster says 0, then look at all the potential that you have to do. Look at all the opportunity that is waiting for you, okay? So don't look at it. If your 5 bubbles are empty, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're a bad consultant. That doesn't mean your goal is not going to be achieved. All that simply means is there is work sitting on the table waiting for you, okay? All right, so I want you to think about your goal posters, whatever that may look for you. Make a couple goal posters. You know, I was talking about all my goals for my life up here in a couple different facets of my life, and make one for that. You know, because Mary Kay is a vehicle to impact all parts of your life, not just your bank account, okay? And if it wasn't, then it wouldn't be the company that it is. It wouldn't be a company that truly changes women's lives. All it would do is change their income amount. And don't get me wrong, we're all here because we want to make money, you know, but we're here for so much more than that. And Mary Kay is what can provide you for that. So make a goal poster of whatever it may be. And then I want to talk a little bit about your truth poster. So I want to think about when you come to goals, I want you to keep it simple. And I've got an acronym for the word simple, okay? So the first one for S, you need structure. That's where a goal poster comes in. You need something that is easy to see, that's set in stone, that provides structure, because a confused mind does nothing. I don't know how many times I've heard Tara Keelan tell me that. A confused mind does nothing. And I can stand here and tell you that that is true because my mind has been confused, and you know what I did? Nothing. Okay, so you need structure. It does not have to be complicated, but it does. It needs to be simple. That starts with structure. The I is for imagination. This company is unlike any other. So dream about what you want that goal poster to bring you. This going on target for my car, becoming a director, that is much bigger than just wearing an awesome suit and driving a brand new car. What are the goals that you want to achieve there? Jen's adoption. That sweet baby. Have you seen pictures of this child? Because you need to after meeting, because she's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and so, yeah, exactly. And so, what is it? Those goals that she talks about won't happen if you don't quiet those voices. What are the ones that will? When you do quiet them, what happens? Make a goal poster. Know it. Claim it. See it. Okay. For the M, you need momentum. And you know how you get momentum? by just starting. You start something and you keep going. When you look at that poster and you've got more that you want to add and you're seeing, you're getting excited, keep going. Keep pressing. When you've called 14 people and every single one of them have said no, call until you get the yes. Because I guarantee you, as soon as you get that yes, you're going to be so excited that you're not going to want to quit at 15. You're not going to want to quit at 25. Oh, well, how many more can I get tonight? How many more can I get tonight? Momentum builds. It's like a snowball. We don't get those here, but somewhere where it's cold, you get them. And they go, and they just get big momentum. The P is you need prayer. Y'all, I don't know what your faith walk is like, but for me, I've got to have prayer. Cover your dreams in prayer because you know what? The enemy and negativity wants to tear you down. Cover it in prayer because it's precious. Okay? It's your opportunity, your platform to change people's lives. It's precious. You need to cover it in prayer. L, laser focus. Okay? This is the last 3 weeks of this month. I don't want you to start thinking about July yet. I don't want you to start thinking about what's going to happen, what you're going to do next year, Mary Kay. I want you to think about these next 3 weeks. I want laser focus on these next 3 weeks, okay? And E is encouragement. Whether it's you encouraging yourself, which we're going to talk about in just a second, but also surround yourself with positive people. You're in a room full of people. If you're someone that's like, I don't know, I have trouble believing this about myself, or I have trouble believing that this is going to happen, find someone that you can borrow their belief. I cannot tell you how many times I've called one of these two or Whitney, and I've been crying and like, I'm not good enough, I'm terrible, blah, blah, blah. And they let me get it out, and then they filled me with what's true. Okay? Whitney's done this example before where when you have a sponge, and you wring it out, and you soak it in water, it's going to absorb everything, right? Absorb it until its capacity, and then you pour more over it, and it just rolls off. What is your sponge filled with? If it's filled with negativity, if it's filled with self-doubt, the goodness and the positivity and the belief and the knowledge that you can change the world, whatever that looks like for you, it rolls right off. So tonight, we want you to wring out the sponge. I want you to wring it out and pour in positivity for yourself, okay? Because that's where and how you crash the chatterbox is one of the books she's talking about, where you silence those voices because you're pouring in what's actually true. And so next we're going to talk a little bit about your truth poster. So I'll go first because I'm not going to do anything I'm not going to ask y'all to do anything that I wouldn't do. But I want a couple of you to tell me what are some voices that you hear in your head that stop you. Because we want to make this personalized. In order for this to become real to you, it has to be about you. Okay, not just, oh yeah, that one girl said to be positive and that works for her, that's good. No, we're going to get real. So for me, the voices I hear, you've been in too long. You've lost your time's gone. People are not going to believe that you can do it because you said you wanted to before and you didn't. Second, you're not good enough. You're not enough. I hear that in my voice a lot. Devil's really mean. We're not friends. I don't like it. Third is that you're going to get to directorship and not know what to do. You're going to finally get there, and then it's all going to fall apart. You're going to think you're going to be great, but you're going to get there, and you're going to crumble. You're not strong enough. You're too emotional. Those are things I hear every single day. So do you know what I tell myself instead? One, for all the people who have thought about giving up but haven't, when I actually achieve my goals that I want, I'm going to be someone they can look up to and know that they don't need to give up either. When I get to directorship, I'm not going to know what to do because I've never been a director before. But I do know that I have women who can teach me what to do and who I've watched how they've done it. And yeah, I am emotional. I'm a woman. I've got a uterus. I'm emotional. That just is what it is. But you know what? That doesn't make me weak. That makes me real. And that makes me able to connect to people. And I'm getting stronger every day. Because in the moments when I don't feel strong, I find something that improves my strength. Whether I go to the gym and literally lift weights, or I bring out my Bible, or I call a friend, or whatever it is that I need to do that improves my strength in some way, I do it. Okay? So I want a couple people who are feeling brave to tell me what are voices that you hear in your head that keep you from doing stuff. What are those chatterboxes that we need to crash?
My chatterbox tells me that why am I wasting my time doing this when I have a career?
Okay.
Why step away from something that's sure for something that's unsure? That's what my chatterbox tells me.
Okay.
And I really stick with my chatterbox.
Yeah. That's fair. We need to shut them up. So how do we shut up your chatterbox? What could your chatterbox be saying that is true?
My chatterbox could tell me that I am a professional woman, so I can use that professional energy toward my new